Welcome to another episode of Watch Me Build My Business Behind the Scenes. So, today, what we're going to be doing is building a list of prospects to reach out to so that I can validate a product that I've got coming out of the market. So, let me show you how I've used AI to do this and make it super easy. So, today I decided to use Claude. I've been going back and forth between ChatGPT and Claude Gemini, but for whatever reason, we're going with Claude. Let me share my screen here so that you can see this conversation that I have had. Boom. Okay. Whoa. Check that out. So let me move you over to this side. Okay. Now you can see my Claude here. Okay. So this is you're going to love it. Ask me questions no one dares chat. So it's like keeping me accountable. Basically, okay, I've got 2 hours. What am I going to do? 2 hours. So one of the things I'm going to start doing is reaching out to people who are either a first connection on LinkedIn or second connection to ask them about their experience with business development. So the thing that I'm putting together a product that is like AI powered business development, helping people to grow their business by building referral partnerships. And typically, like connecting with people who typically do a lot of business through referrals. So if you think like family offices or CPAs or bookkeeping or insurance or even like hairstylists, there's a lot of businesses that are driven by word of mouth. And we all know that word of mouth is one of the highest quality ways to get new customers. And so if we can use AI to help us acquire more customers through this high quality, low cost channel, I think that's a really great value or value proposition. Okay. So, one of the things that my chat and I were talking about was sending messages to people on LinkedIn to validate whether or not this would be useful. So, or not if it would be useful, but more like the angle. Okay. So, here, the question I'm trying to figure out is like, all right, let me start at the beginning. The campaign on LinkedIn is to reach out to people who I think would buy this service or product and find out. So, would you actually buy it? So, my hypothesis is that referral driven founders, so partners, founders, CEOs, whose business has depended upon them and their ability to network, connect, build alliances, build partnerships, they would like to grow their business by continuing that word of mouth and referral based growth, but they're the bottleneck and they would love to hand it off to someone else. So that's my hypothesis. Okay. Somewhere in here, look at me. I'm like, ugh, leave me alone, chat. Why are you keeping me accountable? But it does a great job. Okay, so I said, great, let's do it. If I was going to find 20 people that I could send a message to on LinkedIn to ask them and do this little mini interview, build me a filter on LinkedIn that would help me find them. Okay, I think this is one of the most underutilized secrets of AI. All right, so it's telling me go to LinkedIn and we're going to build a filter based off of these things. So the title would be if they're a founder, partner, principal owner, or CEO in these industries: financial services, accounting, management, consulting, insurance, professional services. They've got 11 to 50 employees, or I could target 50 to 200 employees. I'll probably run 2 separate campaigns for those, filter by location, and then first or second degree. So let me show you what I've actually done. I'll show you the next part of this conversation here in a second. Okay, so what I did is I came to my LinkedIn here and I just clicked on search, and you click on, in fact, should we just start over? So I typed in CPAs and then I came here to all filters. Okay, so on the left-hand side, I've chosen my first degree connections. Now, I could also choose my second degree connections, but for now, I have enough first degree connections that I can go through. Okay, located in the United States, and I've done Salt Lake and San Francisco or in California because that's where my personal networks are. Okay. You can sort them by people that you're connected to, people that they follow, um, schools you've been to. In fact, that would be an interesting. I'm going to filter by that this time and just see what happens. Okay, so the different industries that I would like to target are people who are in professional services. Hold on, let me resize this. For some reason, it's really big. All right, let's go back to what my AI was telling me to do here. Industry, financial services, accounting. Okay, so we're going to come here and type accounting. We're going to type, actually I tried typing management. Oh, there it is. Management consulting. Insurance. What was the other one? Financial services. I missed that. Financial. Well, advisory is fine. Professional services. Where's professional services? Did I spell that wrong? This is weird. Why is this not showing up? Let me just type services. Payroll, HR, insurance. I don't know why that's not there. Okay, well, for whatever reason, it's not showing up in the search, even though it was there last time. So I don't understand what's up with that, but we pivot, no problem. Okay, company size. Now you may have to have the paid version of LinkedIn to get some additional filtering options. And so because I don't currently pay for it, I'm just not going to worry about those additional filters. But what I am going to do is click show results and see how many results we get here. Okay, so, oh yeah, look at that. I've got like 7 pages of results. That's pretty awesome. And I believe those are, just first degree connections. So that's a really good group for me. Now, this is who I'm looking for. People who have built a business themselves, the company's been around at least 5 years, and they're actively engaged. I think actively engaged is for 2 reasons. One, yes, they care about growth, but also if no one logs into their LinkedIn, then they're not going to respond to me, right? Okay, so we're going to pick the 20 most promising. Now, I did tell it, look, dude, it's the 23rd, so is that really the best time to reach out? It said, no, you're right, but build the list today. Okay, so we are going to build this list, and let me think about where I want to save this in my. Now you're going to see behind the scenes of my organizing system. Marketing, we'll probably just put it right here. Okay, so this is going to be LinkedIn. You know what? For December 2025 campaign, I would probably make it more descriptive, but for today, that's what we're going to call it. Okay, now I wonder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people. Okay, so there's 10 people per search. I just downloaded Claude for the Claude Chrome extension. Okay, so I'm going to see if it can do this for me. I've pulled up a search on LinkedIn, and I need to create a spreadsheet of 50 accounts from that search. These are all my first degree connections, so they know me and wouldn't mind. Could you please take a look at the open tab and add the first 10 people's profile URLs to the spreadsheet called this. Actually, called this, and then I'm going to link it. Okay, so this is sort of like having Claude be your personal assistant. So once you pop your instructions in, it gives you a plan. So first it's going to view the LinkedIn search results to see the connections. Then it's going to take the URLs from the first 10 people, navigate to the Google Docs, add them into the spreadsheet. I'm just going to make a change. This plan looks good, but add one thing. I need their name in the first column and their profile URL in the second column. Okay. Now, add the name. Yeah. Okay. Approve plan. So now that I've approved the plan, it's going to go ahead and start doing that, which is super cool. So I think, can we watch it do its thing? Let's see. I apologize. It's preventing me from accessing the tools that I need. Let's see. Claude is active. Open chat. Let's see. Clear chat. Convert to task. Let's see. Let me do this, and we'll just troubleshoot. This is the 10. Does that help? Okay, look, so it just opened its own new tab. Yeah, that doesn't work. That defeats the purpose of you doing it for me. I want you to save me time, silly. Let me go up here. See, shortcut, copy. I'm gonna come to this and see if maybe being open inside of this exact tab will actually make it take a screenshot, extract, add them. Yeah, let's see if it does it. Reviewing LinkedIn search results, extracting CPA contact information. Okay, so we've got something going on here. Collecting LinkedIn profile. Okay, look. Do you see it? Oh my gosh, look up here. See how that LinkedIn December campaign just opened up? Bro, yes. Okay. I'm going to close this one because I don't need it. I think we can watch it work. I think. So that's the thing about this, is it like takes screenshots. It's so interesting to me how it like works. Anyway, so this is an example of like an agentic AI. And an agent is where instead of just doing one thing at a time, it's essentially doing a set of tasks for you. And even better is it's deciding how to do things, right? So you give it the outcome, get the 10 into the 10 profiles into this spreadsheet, and it's like, okay, here's how I'm going to do that. So that's a super cool use of AI agents. You guys, check this out. Desicera Bossing? She must be the first one. Oh, Desi Sarah Bossing. I'm like, Desis, what? Look at that. Jordan Ballum. Yep. You guys, how cool is this? Okay. That's super cool. It looks like it's done the 10. I haven't talked to Lewis for so long. Oh my gosh. Or Becky Poole. Wow. Crazy. Crazy. Okay. Great job. Can you please do the next 10 contacts? They will be found on page 2. I will let you click to page 2. Yes, you have. Good job. Good job, little one. Good job, little quad. You're so awesome. Okay, now I just clicked on approve. Right now it's on ask before acting. You can also just have it to act without asking. For now, we'll approve it because I don't want it to go off the rails on a crazy train. All right, so while it's doing that, we'll come back here. Okay, I was asking this about, are there other softwares that can help you automate this? So one of the things that when it comes to, in fact, maybe I'll just draw this out. Okay, I don't know about you, but I use Canva's whiteboard feature all the time. Okay. All right, so we're going to start a new design called a whiteboard here in Canva. All right, so when it comes to building relationships, let me change this. Let me change this to my brand kit. That way we can have nice, beautiful on-brand stuff. Okay, so when it comes to building relationships for business development, here's how I look at it. On one side, we have existing relationships. Okay, and then on the other side, we have new relationships. Okay. In our relationships, we can have warm. Okay, so let's do, I don't know, let's do orange for warm. Okay, and then we can have cold. So we'll do blue for cold, cold like ice. Okay. An existing relationship that is warm. I'll make this a bit bigger so we can see it. Okay. In fact, okay. So a warm existing relationship is somebody that you have like text messaged in the last little while, and they would take your phone call. They're a friend, they're a colleague, they're somebody that knows you. Like, I think the best way to think about it is, yeah, they would take your call if you called or texted or emailed them, right? Okay, so let's put kind of a bit of a disclaimer here. They would take your call or text, right? Typically, like frankly, this person is going to be contact info is in your phone, maybe even your database. Okay, if you have like an email list. Now this also depends, like your email list. If you've got a 25,000 person email list, yes, it's an existing relationship, but it isn't as warm as, say, someone that you've met in real life, right? So there's kind of this, there's a scale, right? There's a scale of who we are connected to. Oh my gosh, go to 90. Go to 90. Do you see that? Why is it not going to 90, you guys? There we go. Okay. So we've got this scale here. All right. So if someone's in your phone, they're going to be warmer. If someone is contact is in your database, they may not be. They may be colder. Someone who is very cold, an existing relationship that is cold, is more like an acquaintance you never followed up with. Okay, we all have those people. We've met people at an event, and you're like, had really great intentions at the event, and then all of a sudden you're like, crap, I never actually followed up. I never really, like, that didn't go anywhere, but it still could. That's what that looks like. Okay, a new relationship that's warm. This is going to be a referral, right? A warm introduction. Someone is like, hey, you don't know them, but I would like to introduce you. This is so good because this gives us a lot of trust. Okay. A new relationship that is cold is going to be like what I'm doing right now, actually, like sort of cold outreach. Basically, like, you don't know them and they don't know you, right? Okay. The campaign that I'm doing right now is actually to my existing relationships, and some of them are going to be warm and some of them are going to be cold. It just depends on when I've last had the conversation. And the way that I think about it is like a merry-go-round. So you know how you got to spin a merry-go-round constantly in order for it to continue to move? That's how I look at relationships. You have to continuously be pouring into relationships, or it just kind of goes cold and it stops moving. Okay. Let's come back here and see if it did a good job of my second row. Check that out. It did. Amazing. Amazing. You are doing great. Can you give me the next 30 people so we have a total of 50 on the spreadsheet, please? Now, when it comes to naming, it's important to have something that tells you like what this data is. So you could do like first as in first degree. A lot of these were the financial services, and Utah, California, right? If this was not first degree connections, but second or both of them, then I would put that. I pulled it in December 2025. That's why, having the date in there is helpful, but make sure you're descriptive about who this list is. That will be very helpful in the future. All right. Go ahead and approve that plan. Okay, so this is the types of relationships that we've got. Now, if you think of other types of relationships, please drop it in the comments and let me know how you look at business development relationships. But let's make a cool little circle here. So where do we want to be, right? That's a great question. Let's add a little bit of a border here. Let's have a nice blue border and a clear inside. Okay, so of course, the existing relationships that we have that are warm, where did I put this? Let's put this here. This is what we want, right? This is like A+, best place to go find people who would be referrals for us. Okay, now if we have a new relationship that is warm, I would probably put that in second place. So let's actually do this. So first priority. I want to be connecting with and nurturing my first, my warm first degree connections, right? Next, anyone that's recently been introduced, you've got to take care of that relationship because someone has put their neck out on the line for you. And if you don't appreciate that, you're not going to get introductions again, because that sucks when you introduce someone and then it just kind of, they drop the ball and you're like, I don't really want to introduce you to people. Okay, so those are the two most important places that I would go when I am looking to nurture and build the connections that I do have. Let's go here. Let's just check. All right, so we've still got our 20. Oh, look. I'm like, look at all these people I remember. Some of them I don't remember. Some of them I do. Ken, oh my gosh, that's my friend, my husband's friend from high school. Okay, here's the other thing. One of the things that I see people get wrong all the time is they're too broad in who they target for their target audience, okay? So they'll say stuff like, I help entrepreneurs, I help business owners. That means nothing. That really means nothing. Like, if you think about it from the context of, say, running an advertisement on LinkedIn or on Google, every time you set up an advertisement, you have to actually go and filter, who is this going to be shown to? And if you just filter it to show it to all business owners, that is like millions and millions of people. And if you're trying to pay to get in front of millions of people, that's going to cost you a lot. But if you can really target, well, not only is it going to cost you, it's going to cost you a lot because you are shaking the hands of 100 random people, hoping that one of them is the right fit for you. Okay. But if you can shake the hands of 10 of the right people, that's so much better than shaking the hands of 100 random people. All right. So that's why we want to really filter out who we're looking to connect with, right? So I've got my list. It goes to page 7. So that's about 70 people who meet my criteria that I put my filter on. That's like a really solid, that's a solid condensed number, especially because what I'm ultimately looking to do is to have 10 conversations. And I'm going to start by reaching out to 20 people because not everyone's going to respond or have time or be interested. So keep that in mind. I think LinkedIn is one of the best ways to, or using a search like this, search filter is one of the best ways for you to get clear on who it is that you target. Not only that, but then you can go in and build a list like this and do some market research, right? Because we want to know that the whole point of doing this in a business context is we've got to keep a pulse on what do people want? What are the expensive problems that we're solving for people? Because if we are not up to date, we become irrelevant. And when you become irrelevant, not only do people not hire you, but you can't justify higher prices. You then become a commodity. And when people look at you as a commodity, they are only willing to pay the cheapest person. And you do not want to be playing in that arena. That is just, for obvious reasons, not a good idea. Holy shnikes, you guys. Look at that. Bro. Amazing. Could you please finish out the remaining people on the search and add them to the spreadsheet? Okay, so do you see how easy it is using Claude or any AI to build out a LinkedIn filter, to then go and use AI to take the people from that filter and put it into a spreadsheet. And then the next step that we'll do is we'll actually go and we will connect with those people. Now, because LinkedIn has very strict rules about how you use its platform, we want to actually be human about this, okay? Now, and since these are my first degree connections, there is going to be insights that only I know. And like, for example, if I were to reach out to Cody Clement, I know that he went to high school with my husband. They're buddies. We haven't talked in a while. Like, but he's going to take my message because of the relationship that he has with my husband, right? And so, me sending a message to Cody, like if I just sent like, for example, let's go back to here. Okay, I'm gonna say, okay, I've got a list of at least 50 people who are first degree connections. Will you please write a 3-message campaign to my to this list? FYI, the list is all first degree connections. Some people I know well, and some I've forgotten how we connected. I want 3 messages because I'm certain I'll have to follow up with at least one person, at least a few people, right? Okay, so now I'm going to ask it to basically build out a script for me so that I know what to say when I am sending a message to people. Now, the cool thing is about targeting people who I'm already connected to is they're going to get my message, right? It doesn't go into whatever weird inbox when you're not connected to somebody. Okay, let's see. For people you know well, hey, hope you had a great holiday. Quick question. Are you trying to grow your company without being personally involved in every business development activity? I'm talking to a few founders in, say, financial services who want to scale but are tired of being the bottleneck. Curious if this resonates. Okay, it's okay. It's been a while since we connected. Hope your holidays were great. Question. Are you trying to grow your business without being personally involved in every business development activity? I'm researching this challenge for financial founders. Would love 15 minutes to understand how you're approaching it. Okay, so this is like the follow-up message here. And the last follow-up. Let's see. I don't know if I would do last follow-up, but let me come back up here. Somewhere in my message, we actually had a pretty good yeah, here we go. Okay, so ultimately what I want to know, like, here's what I believe. This is my hypothesis. People want to grow their business without it requiring more of their time. Okay. So my offer that I'm trying to validate is to build a systematic referral partnership engine. I don't know if I would say that, but that's what chat's called it. A systematic referral partnership system. I don't know. Referral partnership system, whatever. Let's not get hung up on the words, shall we? For professional service firms so that you can scale business development without being bottleneck. Okay. Okay, so let's take this. I really want to nail the first question I ask people so that it is super easy for them to get it and then know how to respond in very few words. Okay, so saying something like this is way too much for someone's brain to comprehend. This is better. This, are you trying to grow your business without being personally involved in every business development activity? Okay, so let me just give it some, okay, here is my feedback. these questions are okay, but I want them to burn as few brain cells as possible. I want to come from a more curious position and not assume things. But ultimately, I am looking for people who want to grow their business without requiring more of their time. Okay, so let's see. Give me 5 new question options for the first LinkedIn DM. Let's see what it says. Okay. Let's see. I want to see a version where we pose it as a favor, yet they see the value in doing it. Okay, so I'm actually going to go, let's see what this says, and then I'm going to show you a secret. A secret thing that I did this summer that got me actually really good results. Actually, what if it was just as simple as, hey, name, I'm doing research and would love your take. What's the biggest bottleneck in business development for you right now? Yeah, something like that. And then I could say, like, I'm interviewing founders in the financial services industry, and let's see. And then I would want to say something like, I'm happy to share the insights that I gain with you after I'm done, or like I'm putting together a report of like what are the best practices people are doing for business development, what are the ways that people are using AI. Like, if there was some way for me to promise them, hey, if you will help me out by answering these interview questions, I will give you the responses that I get from people so that you have the insider information about what's working and what's not working for people like you in regards to business development. Help me say that, but in the most concise way possible. Now, just so you know, this little feature here, I double click the control button on my MacBook and it does voice to text. Now, that's something that I set up. I set that up like through my computer. So I know you have to set that up on your computer. I don't remember where, but if that would be helpful, I can show you how to do that. We just have to make a little video for you. Yeah, something like this. Okay. I like be the best. Do we say something like, would you be up for answering 3 questions? Should take 4 minutes. Something like that. Yeah, let's make it really easy for them to say yes. Yeah, I'd probably send something like this. Okay, so I'm going to take this, come back here, check it out, 63. Okay, so yep, looks like, oh, Andrew, I haven't talked to him for a minute. Look at all this opportunity I have to like reconnect with people. Awesome. Okay, so on a separate sheet here, I might say like message 1. Oops. Right. Message 2 could be just bumping this up. Hope you're well. I'm sure you're busy. So if this isn't a good fit, just let me know. Maybe this one I'm going to say something like, what did it give me? It gave me something kind of cheeky up here on my follow-ups, right? Last follow-up, I promise. See, for me, I wouldn't say that after only 3 messages. I would say that way down here. Last follow-up, I promise. Or I would say something like, are you breaking up with me? Something like that. This is where I would keep the message sequence. Okay, so message sequence. Okay, and then here on your sheet, what you're going to want to do is, this is obviously their URL, and the first date we messaged them, we'll probably put that here. Follow-up 1, follow-up 2, and then, I might actually do responded, like the day, yes or no, yes or no, responded yet. Because once they've responded, then I want to stop all these follow-up emails and actually hold the interview. Okay, message sequence. And I would have another page here that would be called interview questions. Okay, now I told you I was going to show you something kind of rad. So over the summer, I had a company that was running say more. What is this? Who knows? Oh, these, I think. No, that's not summertime. Okay, it was before this. This one. Okay, so here's what would happen. Copy this. So let me show you what would happen. Okay, so step 1, we'll just come down here. Step 1, connect with no message. Okay. Step 2, once they accepted, they accept, send message. Okay, and this is the message that I would send. Thanks for connecting. I'm currently in the process of expanding my company. I'm seeking professionals who work with so-and-so for a 10-minute interview. In exchange, I'm happy to offer this complimentary thing. If it means anything, here's why I'm cool. If you're interested, would you like me to send a meeting link? I got so many people to take me up on this offer. It was kind of awesome. In fact, well, I ended up sending out 2 proposals, did not close them, but I also kind of didn't want to close them because I was pregnant and I was just not interested in taking on more business. So, for what that's worth. Okay, but what I want to. Okay, where is it? Oh, yeah. So, here's one that it worked. It worked. Wait, no. I think I sent a proposal to her. No. Okay, yeah, this guy said no. Look at me. I need to go back and like. Okay, yeah. So look, here we go. I'm just gonna steal these messages because these are from. Okay, step 3. Follow up. This is what I mean. These guys do this for like a living, so the messaging they've got is kind of dialed in. Copy. Follow up, guys. Follow up is like the key, right? Here's where we would insert link to calendar. Okay, so if this would be helpful for you, copy. I'm just gonna copy a couple more of the. Oh, what in the heck? Just gonna copy these out. Just so you've got some options of like how to respond to people when you're following up. And you can see the cadence. Like they did all of this for me. Okay. March 28th, April 4th, March. So like that's, 4 days, 7 days. So they're just maybe a week or so, March 21. Yeah, every few days. Probably depends on if it's a weekend or not a weekend or whatever. Anyway, that kind of gives you an idea of, how a campaign would be. A campaign would be ran. Check that out. Epic. But the whole angle of like I'm doing a Q&A, would you be willing to help me, got me really, really far with people. So all right, well, I'm going to close out this live video so I can get focused on a couple other things. I hope this was helpful, and thanks for watching.